Hi everyone, today we're going to talk about Concord from Firewalk Studios. It's a game that just came out, and as we can see we've got a futuristic sci-fi shooter game. And from the first glances at the characters, it seems like we've got a variety of options and choices. The gameplay seems very edited together. But overall, I mean, we got aliens, we got robots, we got non-binaries, we got a fat guy in a blue jacket. I'm assuming there's going to be some... Oh, there he goes. No stamina bar because he's running that fast. And this is Concord.
The crew is gathering. Would you like to join us for game night?
So Concord released an article about 2 weeks after it came out. And what they had to say is, we have been listening closely to your feedback since the launch of Concord on PlayStation 5 and PC and want to thank everyone who has joined the journey aboard the North Star. Your support and passion community that has grown around has meant the world to us. So this sounds great, except that after 2 weeks they have canceled the game. So they're going to be taking the game offline and refunding everybody that paid for the game. They thought that the game was going to be great. Apparently the message was not well received. The game was not well received. And they figured, okay, well, let's move on to the next one. So that's it. They're going to return everyone's money, and the game you lose access to the game. So the game was $40. It sold 25,000 units, which means it made roughly $1 million. Why do analysts think this game failed? So they're saying that sadly, making a fun, high-quality shooter is not enough in the current environment. No mention of lack of story, unappealing characters, or the fact that there's other options of better games in this space. They've decided to go with a different route and say Sony dropped the ball on this with marketing. There was low awareness, and the purchase intent among video players was not there. So only a small percentage of players played it. Total of 697. The game cost $150 million to make. It made $1 million in sales. So by my math, it lost $149 million overall.
I am never going to financially recover from this.
Right now, there's 10 people still playing that haven't been refunded yet. That number should go away quickly. And we'll see. We'll see if, what happened. Because as you can see from these character designs and artwork, there's no way this game should not have been successful, except that gamers just don't know any better. Gamers should be enjoying this type of gameplay. They should be enjoying this type of game. And they haven't been. I mean, how could you miss with this kind of artwork? We got a guy in a hat. We got a purple person. Mushroom person. Lizard dragon person. Went to the wrong casting call, meant to go to Metroid. And just some other random, non-memorable characters. Now, Dustborn is a very special type of game. They didn't spend a penny on this game. Instead, they got funded by various governments around the world. Norway, the European Union, and the US government paid for this game. What they wanted was a social engineered game that would push their agendas. And that's what they got. So initially they had a list of things they wanted, and in exchange for this they were paying money. So Norway, $1.4 million USD, European Union, $150,000, and the US, $275,000. So they had a checklist. They wanted English and Dutch language. They wanted additional French version, and in the future, a European, Asian, and African versions to be determined. Digital games have proven to be an effective tool in building cognitive resistance to disinformation across diverse environments and cultural contexts. The game should be fun, interactive experience targeting global internet users ages 15 and up. Primary gameplay should simulate experience of engaging in common disinformation and propaganda activities while educating users on digital literacy applicable in the real world. So come on, send your proposals in. If you incorporate these things and include active inoculation theory and address current disinformation and propaganda tactics, these governments will pay you to make the game with taxpayer dollars. The game should be modular, scalable, and expandable, so in the future they can add more agenda to it. Last year, after the State Department's Inspector General issued a detailed report chronicling inappropriate actions by GEC Global Engagement Center, members of the House Foreign Affairs Committee determined it was appropriate to delay reauthorizing the GEC until issues related to internal staffing, organizational structures be addressed. The GEC spent $275,000 producing a counter-disinformation video game that programmed audiences to associate citizen critiques of government waste, fraud, and abuse with social media disinformation. The target was targeting U.S. conservatives, targeting climate change deniers, vaccine skeptics, and election deniers. So this game isn't a game, it's a message. It's intended to, I guess, change gamers' minds or convert gamers. So let's take a look at the gameplay and story.
In a world divided by disinformation, where danger lurks around every turn, a motley crew of misfits embark on a fateful road trip to discover their true power.
Please tell me you're done.
Oh, we're just getting started, dude.
What is this music?
I believe the kids call it K-pop music.
Just K-pop.
Turn it down.
Leave my music alone.
Shut the hell up.
Words have power. They can give you strength. Ready for this? Stand still. Words can bring people together and tear them apart. But if words hold so much power, he has no respect for you.
She's right.
The question is, what do you have to say?
I have to say that looks like garbage. So taxpayers spent 1.4 million USD, 150,000 euros, and 275,000 US dollars on this game. It sold 83 copies. Apparently there's 17 people playing right now. My guess is the executives wondering what happened. On the other hand, we have a game of the year, in my opinion. This is Black Myth Wukong. It was made by a small company called Game Science that started in 2018. This is actual gameplay footage, and it's about a monkey with a stick going through a mythical world fighting monsters. Now, there is no agenda, there's no messaging. The monkey doesn't even talk. So, apparently this game is not being well received. Screen Rant and a couple other reviewers who were not happy with this game looking the way it does started releasing reviews saying that it was a 3 out of 5, a 3.5 out of 5, a 7 out of 10. And the reasoning behind it was that they weren't able to get Game Science to bend the knee and essentially cower to them and let the game reviewers and journalists determine if the game's going to be successful or not. On Steam alone, it sold 2.4 million copies, and it's consistently got about 88,000 to 90,000 players. And you can see as people finish the game, the numbers have dropped off, but there's still almost 90,000 people playing it. Screen Rant did say that the game lacks in inclusivity and diversity, but it has sold over 18 million copies between PlayStation and PC, and they're already working on an expansion for this game. Honorable mentions. Warner Brothers can't be left out because apparently they hate their own IP and are trying to speed run to bankruptcy. So they've taken the Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. It's a shooter game, and apparently you fight the same 6 to 10 types of mobs over and over again while humiliating the Justice League's Flash. They actually kill the Batman in this, and they vilify their own IP. So how did this game do? It looks like it's a big budget game and should have done well. It came out in February. And so far it's lost $200 million, which is $25 million more than the original movie cost to make. So, not a good start for Suicide Squad Kills the Justice League. They're apparently confused, but not much to be confused about. On Steam, about 13,500 people bought the game, and there's 80 people playing it. The player base disappeared. And I'm assuming somewhere there's a Warner executive that's currently saying, why no play? Cinematic looks great. Oh, we got a black guy in feudal Japan, because that makes sense. 1600 Japan having a black samurai. Yep, that makes sense.
I said, who do you serve?
We are the shadows.
That served the light.
And this will be out November 15th. So let's look at the gameplay.
This isn't your fight, samurai.
I just checked the calendar. It is 2024. And this is an upcoming game. Ubisoft does have the gameplay labeled as work in progress, but with less than 2 months left till it comes out, I don't know how much it's going to change or how much they can fix this. Thank you for watching.